Hello Gemini, welcome back to my channel. If you do enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if this reading resonates with you, I encourage you to please leave a comment and let me know below. Alright, so for your reading, what's crossing you, Gemini? We've got the Hermit. So the Hermit, basically this is just, the Fool at the top of the hill, mountain, make of yourself a lamp, okay? So this is all about just, the Hermit is someone who stays to themselves, always alone, ruled by Virgo, and basically they're just kind of a loner, solidarity, just very isolated, and they may have a touch of the Peter Pan complex, which is kind of like whenever you don't grow up, whenever you're stuck. Oops, making all kind of mess over here. Stuck in the past, or stuck in an old cycle. Okay. So for your Narcissist card, we've got distance. You may be having some issues with boundaries or keeping your boundaries up. I also decided to pull a card from the Witch deck, which is saying, basically it says, you might be a witch if you feel like you're an old soul or wise beyond your years. Alright, and for your recent past, we've got the Chariot. The Chariot card has, basically you're riding on a chariot and you have two horses in front of you and they're being pulled in two different directions, which is kind of tearing you into pieces. So, but it's really a good card, okay? It's all about radical success, popularity, travel. It could mean that you're having problems with your vehicle, or even opposing forces pulling you in two different directions. Like you might have a job and then you might be getting another opportunity that could be a difficult choice to make. You could even be having a friend, two friends that are fighting, or two family members that are fighting, and you've got to choose between one or the other. Social opportunities, things of that nature. It can cause just anything where you feel like you don't really know what you're gonna do because you're being pulled in two different directions. But usually it's actually a good thing. I mean, if even if it's two good things, you still have to choose, which makes it difficult. All right, so then we also have your Narcissist card here, which is relational narcissism. So this is based on traumatic narcissism, relational subjugation, traumatization, objectification, such as a relationship of a cult leader to the followers. Okay? Someone who's afraid to change, someone who's been brainwashed. Alright, so I definitely know how that feels, and it doesn't always have to be like, it doesn't always have to be a religion or a person. It can also be, it can be political brainwashing, or even like schools brainwash you into believing things that aren't true. Like, when I got out of high school and I found out that there's more presidents than we were actually taught about, and that there's so many more, like toxic chemicals and just things of that nature that they don't teach you in school. They don't really teach you about finances and how to make a living, how to become a millionaire. They don't teach you how to, they just teach you how to make it. They don't really teach you how to make a backup plan in case your plan doesn't work out. So that's something that you always have to worry about and plan for. All right. So your witch card says clairvoyance. So you might be a witch if you have clairvoyance, which is to use paranormal senses to see images and visions. All right, so that one's just kind of so much fun. I love doing these little witch cards. So immediate future is we've got the the 6 of Cups, which, this has to do with harmony, celebration, and healing. And this is all about balance, innocence, nostalgia, old clients, old friends, old careers, which this might really be what this other card is about here. So this is in your past. The Chariot card is in the past, but that doesn't mean that, it isn't already still causing you the same issue. Just because the issue is there doesn't mean that you made your choice yet. So, this may give you the opportunity to open up new doors to the past, or a past life, or even an ex, or an old friend, karmic relationships. So in other words, a karmic relationship is like whenever you have, maybe you've done somebody wrong, or they did you wrong, and the karmic is imbalanced. There was bad karma and it's not balanced. And that can cause you to lose yourself. All right, so it says make sure that you don't lose yourself. You can't allow yourself to become overwhelmed in things that you can't control, okay? And the narcissist card that goes with that is OCPD, obsessive compulsive disorder. So you definitely don't want to allow yourself to become obsessed over things that you can't control. That's for sure. And let's see what the witch's card says. So we pulled the witch's card for you might be a witch if you're an empath. So a lot of people think of an empath as someone who is empathetic to others, but it can be more than that. It can be something like whenever you are actually feeling other people's pain, or if you're around someone who's an energy vampire, they can literally drain you of your energy. Well, when you are with someone, if they are really, really uppity, and then whenever they're gone, you're just like, ugh, you're just so, burdened by them. So you definitely may be feeling your partner's pain, or feeling other people's sorrows. You know that your friend is going through a hard time, and you feel their pain for them, even though you don't really know what that feels like. So it could be something that you've never even experienced before, but it causes you pain and sorrow. Okay, so Gemini, for your final outcome, we've got the Devil card. Okay, so the Devil card can just be any old number of, bad things that are happening, but it's definitely usually has to do with your relationship. This can have to do with experimentation, entrapment, reconciliation, dependence, bondage, addiction, materialism, sabotage in the workplace or in the love. You can even self-sabotage yourself, like with jealousy, or realizing when you cannot reach the needs of whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Sometimes it's okay to break free from things that especially if it's like if you have a project and you're trying to finish it, and maybe you've been working on it for a very long time and you realize that you just can't do it. It's too much. Maybe you've taken it on. It's okay to admit to yourself that you can't do it. Um, it'll allow you to reclaim your power, okay, that the devil has taken from you. The devil is a scapegoat, okay? So everybody uses the devil as a scapegoat, but really it's you. You're the devil. You're the one who is allowing yourself to be put in the situation where you're unhappy. All right? So break those chains that bind you. Whatever it is that's holding you back, detach yourself from it. If it's whether it's like a parent or a lover or whatever it is, even sometimes, like, especially right now during the pandemic, I feel like people who don't get a break will break sooner or later. So even if you're a wife and you're working and you're not working, you're working from home or whatever, you haven't had a break in a very long time. It's very important to make yourself a plan. Give yourself a break. All right? Because if not, then it will become a burden on you, like this type of burden. Okay? You don't want to be overburdened by things that you can control. It's your destiny. You control your own destiny. So, you might be dealing with an overt narcissist. All right? This is someone who isn't covert. They don't hide it that they're a narcissist. They don't sugarcoat it. They are straightforward, rude, and they're demanding, and they want you to do this, and they want you to do that, and you can't even tell them no because they've already planned it out for you. And in your mind, you're like, seriously, I can't keep doing this. But the overt narcissist is usually like your boss or, someone that's older than you, someone who can lord things over you. An overt narcissist is basically just someone who's not hiding that they're being selfish. They want you to do everything for them all the time. And, you just have to put your foot down and say, you know what? I can't do it. I'm not going to go pick your dog up. I'm not going to go run your errands for you. I'm not going to go whatever it is that they just keep calling you and asking you to do things. But they don't ever do anything for you when you need it. That's where you have to draw the line. So it's okay to help people who ask for help whenever they need it. But if you're to the point where you can't get what you need to get done because you're too busy helping everybody else, that's whenever you have to draw the line. All right, so for your witch card, we've got you might be a witch if you've seen apparitions, an appearance or a disappearance of an object. Alrighty. So, of course, there's other things that could cause this. A glitch in the matrix, right? Or it could actually be a mental disorder. All right, but let's just stick with it could be a ghost. All right. If you're seeing apparitions, it could be as simple as someone died in your house and you might need to sage it. So whatever the situation, I don't really mess around with this kind of stuff because you never know what could be lurking around if you had some bad juju. So definitely don't hold on to bad juju. So this has actually happened to me once. I know that a lot of people don't really believe in apparitions, but we did once buy a Indian head from the Goodwill. We brought it home and we put it in the doorway, one little apartment that we had in Albuquerque, and it just so happened to be right in your peripheral vision when you're standing in the kitchen. So we kept seeing, like, we were just fixing us some food in the kitchen or whatever, and then all of a sudden I thought I saw a man standing in the door, but when I looked, there was nobody there. And I thought I was losing my mind. And then my sister told me that she had the same experience. And then we were joking, laughing about it. And then the next thing you know, everybody in the family is talking about it at dinner, how they keep seeing apparitions in the doorway. Well, we got rid of the old Indian head and it stopped. Okay, so ghosts really can attach themselves to objects, and it can be kind of scary, especially if you've never ever experienced anything like that before. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're losing it, but if you're not on any kind of psychedelic drugs, you could be losing it. Okay, so just be careful not to you definitely don't want any kind of bad spirits in your house, that's for sure. So I always sage, definitely sage. And otherwise, here's my narcissistic disclaimer. If you actually have a narcissist in your life or are seeing apparitions, please see a neurologist or someone who can help you if you feel that it's serious. I did get all of my information from my narcissist deck from Dr. Grande and Dr. Romani on YouTube, and they both have extremely sound advice as to what you can do and if you actually need a therapist or not, or if your situation's not quite as dire, then you may not need a therapist. You might just need a couple YouTube videos. So, I hope that this reading resonates with you. If it does, please leave a comment below. And I hope you have a wonderful day, Gemini, and a beautiful 2021. Good night.